Hey everybody, it's Julie. I figured out the page numbering situation and I found it. Sometimes when I'm in front of the class and I'm looking for it so hard that it's right in front of me and I miss it. So I wanted to create this little video tutorial to show you what that looks like. You'll see that I'm modifying just some previous notes. This isn't actually an abstract and executive summary. Just pretend this is the letter of transmittal. And that we are setting the text up with the letter transmittal, and then of course you've got a cover page, so insert another page break, and we just got the cover page. And then after the cover page, we've got table of contents, then after that the executive summary, the introduction, and the entirety of the paper. So what I'm going to show you here is how we can get that going. So just with a raw template of just a couple of pages that don't really mean anything, so don't look at the content, but you can look at some of the headers. So I'm going to make the letter of transmittal a header, and we can get rid of this one. Okay, so just imagine that that's what this is. Then of course this is the cover page, and we'll just set that like that. Okay. Cover page obviously doesn't have to have any headers, and it doesn't have to then have a page number or appear in your TOC, but it's just a placeholder for now. Okay, so to set this up, the first thing you do is you can click in the header. You can go to page number, and I put it at the top of the page on the right-hand side. And then I went to format page numbers. And because you always want the TOC to be page number Roman numeral 3, a lot of the other content are previous numbers. The letter transmittal doesn't have to have any page numbers at all. And so if you're going to do that, then what I always do is do different first page. And then what's going to happen is then you've got, of course, your cover is page 2, which is fine. Your contents are page 3. So when you say different first pages, so let's not show it in there. This would be the choice if you want to have everything in one document when you submit it as final. Your other option is just to create a letter of transmittal, and then to separately have your report as its own unique, DOC or DOCX. It's up to you. If you have them separately, you don't have to have different first page. So here we go. So letter of transmittal, cover page, then we have contents, executive summary, introduction, and then all the rest of the content that's going to appear there. So I'm actually going to take the letter of transmittal and take it off of a header and just make it normal so that it doesn't show up in the table of contents, and so we've protected it so it can appear in the text, and then it's all fine. So we don't need a page number on the separate document. The cover page starts with page 2, contents start with page 3. That should be fine. Or your contents can be page 1, and you can insert a blank page. I think Tony had asked me that. I don't really mind if this is page 1 or page 2. It's okay. Even if you don't do any of the Roman numerals and don't use this trick at all for the formatting, that's fine with me. But you'll notice here how I got it set up to Roman numeral 3, but then page 1. So to make it easier, I turn on this show hide indicator, and it shows all of your spaces. It's hard for some people to read this, but it lets me know that there's a section break here. It's more than just a page break. Section breaks allow you to reformat the page numbers without messing the previous formatting. So to insert a section break like this, go wherever you want it to go, wherever you want to insert it, and I believe you go into layout and then breaks. And where I was going before was just to insert a page break. Unfortunately, I think the most recent version of Word moved it. It used to, you could pull this down and then your section break would be right there, and that's where I was losing my mind last night, but it's actually in layout and then it breaks. And then within the section break, you could just do that next page, so it has the same function. But then once you do it on these next pages, it allows you to go into your page numbers. You just go to page number and you go to format. And then you can either continue from the previous section if you want them to continue in a number scheme, or in this case I started at 1. So the body of my text starts with the executive summary. And then I can go here. I was playing around with the contents before, and you'll see that the executive summary now is on page 1, the introduction's on page 2, and so on and so forth. So that should reflect in my table of contents. And if it doesn't, it could be that you haven't updated the table yet. So if we just update it, update the entire table because I've changed it around, that's exactly what it should like. You don't have a cover page, and your transmittal letter doesn't really appear, but the contents is everything from this section forward. And that's what it should look like so far. And then, of course, if the symbols distract you, you just take them out. And now I've got that page set up. So If you like to, if you're an A-type personality and you want to go ahead and set this up ahead of time and build your contents as you go, you just have to remember to hover over and update your table, because often if you're adding or deleting content, your headers are now may appear on the next page or the page before. So you want to make sure that this is updated to be consistent. Now that I've remembered how to do this, please reach out and let me know if you have any questions. You can send me a copy of your file and I can walk you through this individually as well. Okay? Good luck.